I feel like I've taken everything you could possibly take from Manhattanville. I have squeezed it for all it's worth. Not only have I been exposed to an incredible academic community and international community, I've taken part in its community service and as well used its help for internships in the city. I've done three internships actually, one with Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney over the summer, the 92nd Street Y International Relations Department, and the National Committee on American Foreign Policy. Manhattanville, it's a dream. It honestly is a dream. It is the best of both worlds. You walk into campus and you have these beautiful grounds. Everything's green and lush. Students on the quad, playing in the snow when there's snow. You have the castle. You step outside and you're in a city. We have White Plains really nearby, which is a nice little cosmopolitan spot. And New York City is 30 minutes away.
I've had alumni come up to me all the time, especially at reunion. They come back, they see the castle, they see their friends and everything, and they just realize that everything is still the same. It's just the same exact values, you know, having to do with the community and just this whole entire family, small atmosphere, which is so great. This is one of the reasons why everyone loves Manhattanville. And then when they come back and they look at it, it wasn't like, oh, I'm coming back because I just want to come back to my college and see my friends. It's just, it brings back this feeling of just unity and stuff like that. It was very nice.
Definitely, it's known for diversity. It's one of the schools that brings together from all around the world and different countries. That's what makes, I think, Manhattan a unique place for attract students, that it's a combination of different cultures, affiliation, different identities, bring them together, providing them with this environment that I usually like to explain as the great Persian poet Rumi has a quote that says, out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there's a field, I will meet you there. So Manhattanville, I've explained, it has been that field for me personally. Beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, it's just an environment you want to be who you want to be, and it embraces your identity. So that has been a good place. I think Manhattan was a unique place for that kind of situations. You get different perspectives. Obviously, sometimes there's conflict between this perspective, but we have this peaceful environment to talk and then learn from each other. So if I want to know about something from a different person's perspective, we get to share that inside the classroom, in the dining hall when we have dinner. Sometimes we have people representing from different countries, so we joke, we say it's a model United Nations on our dinner tables. So that's why you get to hear about the news around the world. You don't really need to go to the website to read news, because somebody's from a country tells you what's going on in his country, or the cultural traditions, you get to know about that. The cultural events that we have at Manhattanville also provides that opportunity for people to learn more about different people, different cultures.
It's a smaller campus, so you can walk somewhere and say, oh, I had a class with you, or oh, you lived on my floor sophomore year. So it's something where you see familiar faces, and it's almost like, you know, your neighborhood growing up, where you see, you know, all these people you knew at one point, but never really got to know. Well, here you actually get to know them.
The fact that Manhattanville recruits internationally was a big factor for me, given that I am an international student, so I was looking for diversity abroad as well. And Manhattanville is a school that has so much diversity, not only from ethnic backgrounds, but also religious diversity, economic diversity, and that brings up some richness in the classroom. It's just an amazing scholastic environment. I had an amazing opportunity to study abroad. I studied abroad in southern Germany, and my program was called the European Union. It focused on studying the interdependency of the independent European nations and the entire body of the European Union. So it focused on the financial, political, and economic concepts of each one of those independent nations. We traveled to over 15 countries, to over 45 cities. It was definitely a life-changing experience, and I will do it all over again in a heartbeat.
It honed my skills that I already had coming in and just taught me to put them to use and how to go out and be proactive and make things happen for myself, because no one's going to give you the chance. You really have to go and take it. And Manhattanville showed me how to put your best foot forward and worry about the goal and not the difficulties.
For me, it was just an eye-opener. It was showing me that this is real life. Exactly, like you said, no one is going to hand it to you. No one's going to feed it to you. And if you believe in your dreams, you don't have to wait for family, teachers, or anyone. You have to believe in yourself first. And I think Manhattanville made me more confident about my abilities to go out and fulfill my dream, and that I don't need anybody else to validate me.
I second both what they both said. I think it helped me grow independence, also grow on my skills for making sure that everything is about building relationships. Manhattanville has showed you about diversity, making sure you communicate with your students and your teachers, and you meet a lot of great people from different countries, and you learn to build your global skills in terms of how to actually, you're interpersonal and how to act with people and how to interact and everything.
I worked for the United Nations for a summer, and during the fall semester I worked for IMG, International Management Group, which was a really good experience because it was good trying to find a balance between going to classes and at the same time working and just trying to be as active as possible, both in my internship and in my academic studies. The location, it's perfect. You're not living in New York, but you're close to it, so it's easier for you to not spend that much money, but at the same time you have the opportunity to go to the city, to go to museums, Broadway plays, interviews with big companies are there, so it's really good to have the best of both worlds. I did study abroad in Paris. It was an amazing experience. I'm going to be going to law school in Paris, which is, I fell in love with the city, so I decided to apply for law school there and, just study there and see if I can work both there and in the States and just go back to Paris.
I have accomplished a lot. Over these past 4 years, I've worked very hard. My major was very hard. I played 2 sports. I always kept myself busy. I had a job, I babysat. So I really feel like I've accomplished a lot, everything and more than I wanted to. And I'm actually attending grad school in July for physician assistant. So I think my time here has prepared me for that, and I'm excited to start the next chapter.